Okay, so here comes the big kahuna, step number 26. And we're going to do the short version. We're not going to make a separate dialogue fragment. It's just not necessary. So we're going to make a date picker that's going to show up inside a profile fragment. So first off, step 26, part A, create an instance field of type date picker. Now, you should know that, let me close out some of these others here. You should know that all right, there we go. Creating an instance is the same as instantiating an object. And instantiating an object is declaring one. So here we go. Now, let's just make this right here and private. And then it's going to be a date picker. So date picker, and there it is, date picker. And, uh, hmm, name it descriptively. And so how about M date picker? There we go. All right. So that's part A. Give the date picker whichever values you prefer for layout width and layout height. So that's going to be inside the fragment profile. So let's go in here now and go to text, and below these items and above the button, we will create a date picker. Okay. And let's just do wrap content and wrap content. Okay. So there we have our date picker. Okay. We do need to give it an ID. So let's do that. And so Android, and then ID, and then ampersand. Whoops. What are we going on here? Let's do ID tab. Aha, there we go. And give it, as I say, an appropriate name. So yeah, so I think a good variable name here would probably be, we'll call it date underscore birthday. And go from there. So that'll be the date picker. And now says now part D says give the date picker a value of false for the calendar view shown attribute. So add that, Android, and then calendar view shown, and we set that to false. Okay, so there's everything that up to part D. And next we need to move into the profile fragment. So we'll create our date picker and do the few, wire it all up. So let's go into the profile fragment. And here's our date picker. So now we'll go into right below first name edit. And we'll call this, so we now have M date picker dot, and then of course, is assigned. And then from the root view, and then we find view by ID, and then r.id dot, and then we look at date, birthday. Okay. And so there, that is done there. Okay. So now let's see. We need to add a date object to the profile class and use the internet to help you determine how to transfer the data from the date picker to the date. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go into profile. And we need to add a date object to that. So let's go here and private, and date. And you see there it imported date into our project or our object, and we'll call it M birthday. Okay, so there we go. And there we are. Let's go ahead then, and I'm going to pause this and do a little bit of research, make sure I have all my ducks in a row so you don't have to watch me flounder around crazy. All right.